Hello, I'm Carrie Pena, and welcome to this special Helping Habitat from Home virtual event. We have a powerful show lined up tonight. Over the next hour, we will check in with Cardinals star Larry Fitzgerald and NFL Hall of Famer Kurt Warner. Both Habitat for Humanity supporters, both will join us from their homes here in Arizona. If you think about it, home is what unites us. Whether you're a professional football player, a single mom, or a senior citizen, everyone needs a decent and affordable place to call home. Thank you to all of our sponsors who helped make tonight possible, including Stearns Bank, American Homes for Rent, and Cullum Homes. We've been asking Habitat supporters, board members, sponsors, and families this question: what does home mean to you?
Home means to me would probably be love spent in a kitchen. I know that's an odd thing to say, but I can remember from my earliest days, even being 6 and 8 years old, sitting on the countertop next to my dad while he cooked dinner.
My home means so much to me. As they always say, there is no place like home. This home is our safe haven.
I've been ridden through the ups and downs of the economy as an architect, and over the course of that time, I actually lost my house at one point. And you know, I get it. I understand what it means to not have a home and what it means now to have a home and enjoy it. It's my sanctuary. It's a place where I raise my family, where I entertain my friends. You know, it's a part of my soul. It's my place.
I have lived in a few different houses over my lifetime, all here in Arizona. And as I've gone through different phases of life, marriage, divorce, kids, etc., I am now currently back where it all began, in my parents' family home. I have moved back here to help take care of them and to transition into my next phase of life. So what home means to me is family. And I have 2 wonderful parents that have raised me and my 2 brothers, and being back with them has been a blessing. And I'm very fortunate that I was able to come back home, both to Habitat and to my childhood home.
No matter where you are, where you go, or how you evolve in life, you can always come back home.
Home is far more than the physical structure. It's what's inside it and what goes on inside it.
Having a Habitat home is as if God's arms were wrapped around my family every day, keeping them safe.
Home is a stable shelter for raising a family. It's a safe place to grow up as a kid.
It's a place of independence because I can get around and maneuver my chair to places that I couldn't before. I can do my own dishes. I can put my food away into my own refrigerator and cabinets and pantry, which I love. I can get into bathrooms with my wheelchair. I can just do so much more with the freedom and independence that this home has given me.
This is why the work of Habitat for Humanity is so vitally important. The organization has been transforming lives for 35 years. Central Arizona is one of the largest and most active Habitat affiliates in the country. With the help of generous donors and volunteers like you, they've built nearly 1,200 homes, completed more than 2,500 repairs, and improved the housing situation for more than 3,500 Arizona families. If you're watching us live right now, be sure to bid on the silent auction. There are 110 items available, everything from a chef's experience to a trip on a houseboat. Or you can become part of the magic that is Habitat for Humanity and contribute to building or renovating a home. You can always visit habitatcaz.org/events or text Habitat from Home to 76278 to donate, bid, and serve families in need of a decent place to live. Our goal tonight is $220,000. And now I want to introduce you to 2 people who build homes and dreams for a living.
Thanks, Carrie. I'm Lindsay Cullum Caldwell alongside my husband, Paul Caldwell, and we're from Cullum Homes.
We were excited when Habitat for Humanity asked us to co-chair their annual event, which turned into this virtual experience.
Because we build dream homes for a living, home has such an important meaning to our family, and that's why we care so much about supporting Habitat for Humanity, especially the Aging in Place program that we're learning about tonight.
We want to thank our fellow committee members for being so committed to this cause. because home is what unites us. And a very special thank you to our title sponsor, Stearns Bank.
Together, we can take the dream of a safe and secure home and make it reality for thousands of people in Arizona.
Hello, my name's Tom Hosier. I'm with Stearns Bank of Arizona. We're based here out of Scottsdale, Arizona. So what a home means to me is a home is not just a structure. It's a place to raise a family, establish roots, and become part of the community, as well as live the American dream. There's no better time to appreciate what a home means to everyone. A home has become a classroom, an office, as well as a respite for families and friends as we continue to support each other through the pandemic. At Stearns Bank, we've been supporting Habitat for Humanity of Central Arizona for the past few years, not only through financial support, but with over 300 volunteer hours working on several homes in the Central City South Community Program alone. We are also eager to assist Habitat's Aging in Place program efforts to support a portion of the community that's been so adversely impacted by COVID. Since our motto here at Stearns Bank is "We get the job done," we are proud to support an organization that is also getting the job done and providing a helping hand up for those in need. For over 50 years, through both Norm and Kelly Skalicki's direction, Stearns Bank has been an avid supporter of providing affordable home opportunities throughout the country. On a local level, we're also proud to work alongside the homeowners and the amazing Habitat for Humanity staff as we assist them in various ways, from renovating and repairing their home to even constructing a new house for the Mosquito family. We leave each job site with a feeling of community and accomplishment and are amazed how it resonates with everyone on site. Supporting organizations and improving our communities is important to everyone here at Stearns Bank. We appreciate our partnership with Habitat for Humanity, which has brought home safety and security for families for 35 years. Speaking of getting the job done, I'm honored as well as humbled to introduce a man who's been getting the job done for 17 seasons with the Arizona Cardinals. Please welcome Mr. Larry Fitzgerald.
Good evening. I'm Larry Fitzgerald from the Arizona Cardinals. Tonight I'm joining you in an attempt to make a lasting difference in the lives of a vulnerable population in our great state. Low-income seniors who need help with modification to their homes. This will allow many of them to stay in their homes rather than having to move to independent or assisted living. During tonight's program, you'll learn more about the work that Habitat Central Arizona does in service to our seniors and meet some of the beneficiaries of this great work. I want to officially welcome each of you to Helping Habitat for Home and thank you for your participation. I encourage you to bid on the auction items or make a donation to the Fund the Future portion of the event. You'll soon meet my former teammate and good friend, Kurt Warner, as he has a conversation with Gary Pima about his involvement with Habitat. But first, I want to introduce you to Central Arizona Habitat CEO Jason and Chair Chris.
Good evening, and thank you, Larry, for kicking us off tonight. We really appreciate your support. I'm Jason Barlow. I'm the President and CEO of Habitat for Humanity of Central Arizona. Welcome to this virtual event made possible by a whole lot of folks that are helping out to make this happen, but we're responding, we're pivoting from the pandemic just like everybody else is and going to a virtual event instead of our live blueprints and blue jeans. You can tell my blueprints jacket I have on here tonight that'll be seen by probably a lot more than would if they just came to the event. But we want to thank you all for being here. We call every home that Habitat builds a miracle because there are three components that have to come together in close proximity. And the first of those, of course, is a deserving family. Secondly, our volunteers that build it. And thirdly, our sponsors. And this program tonight has been made possible by some wonderful sponsors. Our lead sponsor is Stearns Bank. They've been partners with us for many years. We can't thank them enough. I wanted to introduce Chris Owen, our board chairman of Habitat. He leads a 35-member board, volunteer board of directors, and he is our chief volunteer officer. Thanks for being here, Chris.
You know, Jason, a lot of folks don't quite know everything that Habitat does here in the Valley. Certainly people understand that we build homes for folks, but a lot of people don't know that we also have a neighborhood revitalization program where we'll go into entire underserved neighborhoods and try to lift up the entire neighborhood by helping people fix up their homes, whether that's repairing a broken fence, replacing windows, replacing a roof, installing air conditioners that are outdated, putting in new windows. And it's amazing what you can accomplish when you go into a neighborhood and help multiple families all at once. We also work with a number of cities across the valley on an emergency home repair program, where when someone's air conditioner goes out or when someone suffers a catastrophic failure in a roof, we're able to go in and help bring that home back up to a standard where it's comfortable for people to live in. And then finally, we've got our newest program that I know you're going to talk about here in a minute, of Aging in Place, where we work really hard to make sure that seniors can stay in their homes, stay in the neighborhoods where they have deep roots, and live out a life that's safe, but that's also dignified.
All of the proceeds from tonight's program and auctions and so forth will all go to benefit Aging in Place. And as you mentioned, it's a fairly new program. It's designed to help economically disadvantaged seniors like Loretta, who you will meet in a moment, get some necessary repairs done to their house. There's so many people that just, they live in almost poverty, paycheck to paycheck, and they don't have extra money for roof repairs. We run into a lot of folks still have single pane glass. Can you imagine that here in Arizona? 120 degrees, single pane glass. Sometimes there's holes in the floor, the roof is leaking, and these programs, this Aging in Place program, and all the proceeds will go to help as many seniors as we possibly can find and that need help.
And I can't think of a more worthy cause.
I think it's great, and I think I just want to say thank you, Chris, for everything you do for our organization, all of our sponsors for this program, and for everybody who is helping Habitat from home tonight. Thank you very much, and I'm going to turn it back to our good friend, Carrie Pena.
Thank you, Jason and Chris. Tonight, the focus is all about the power of home. Coming up, we will hear from Kurt Warner. During the pandemic, he's been at home with his wife, Brenda, and all of their kids. But first, we wanted to share with you a very special original song written by a young artist from right here in Arizona, Austin Colmenares. His song, written for this special Habitat for Humanity event, is all about staying strong, staying positive, and having hope, all of us together. This is the music debut of With You.
The sun is shining so bright, and I'm starting to feel alright. And I want you to know you can too. So come on, open your eyes, and I promise you you'll be fine. And I'll be right here with you. Shining so bright, and I'm starting to feel all
Austin, thank you for caring about this cause. And now we want to bring you an exclusive interview with Kurt Warner at home. You all know who he is, former Cardinals quarterback and, of course, an NFL Hall of Famer. Kurt, how you doing?
You know, I'm doing great. You know, all things considered, you know, we understand that we're blessed more than a lot of people. And so we're trying to do our part by staying at home and kind of waiting this thing out. I know, like everybody else, you know, we're anxious, a little stir crazy, but we figure it's the least we can do for a short period of time as we get this under control and move back into normal life. So really just been hanging at home, enjoying my family, and then at times getting away from my family and getting a little quiet time on my own. But we're making the best of it.
You have, what, 6 of your kids at home with you right now, right?
Yeah, 6 of my 7 are home. And so everywhere from 14 to 21. So a lot of different interests. But you know, we found creative ways to hang together. And I think sometimes in the busyness of life, it's so easy to forget about the relationships and connecting, and family meals and those kinds of things, because we're all going in different directions. And so this has been a great time for us, I think, for our kids to reconnect and for us to connect with our kids. And like I said, we've made the best of it, you know, knowing that it's a difficult time for a lot of people. But we're trying to make the best of it and look at it from a positive. And I think it's been really, really good for our family.
You know, Kurt, just based on what you just said, I want to ask you about, you know, since so many people have been at home, and it's really brought into clarity that having a safe home, a place to call home, how important it is. And I think it even becomes more relevant, the work that Habitat for Humanity is doing. Can you just talk about that a little bit?
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. I mean, you know, with, you know, the parameters that are on where we're at right now in our country, really around the world, you're right. I mean, it's nice to have a place that you can call home. It's nice to have a place where you can bring your family together, and still in such a crazy, chaotic time, to be able to create memories and to be able to look at this thing positively. And so, you know, ever since the first time we, you know, purchased a home or we got our first home, we've understood what that has meant to our family. And that's really been a big reason why we've been connected with Habitat for so long, is we understand what comes with having your own home and being able to create memories and giving your kids and your family a place and a space that they can call their own. And so I think it's vital, and especially at times like this when you're forced to be in one place, to have your own place, to have your own home, to have a place that, again, we're in this crazy time, we're creating memories around our home and around our own space. And, you know, I think that's vital for all families, and it helps to give you that kind of that positive outlook on things, because you do have a place that you can say, hey, we got to be here for a couple months. We love the place that we have. We love the ownership we have in this place, and we love that we've got a place for our kids and our family to call home.
Can you talk a little bit more about your connection to Habitat? I understand that you and Brenda have been connected to them for many years, going back to when you were living in Iowa, and I believe also when you were in St. Louis, and then currently being connected to the Habitat Central Arizona.
Well, a lot of what we've tried to do in the community over the years through our foundations and then just extra charity work that we do, a lot of it is tied to different things that we've experienced throughout our lifetime. And so when I first met Brenda, when we started to date, she was a single mother of 2. And she was a mom that was bouncing around from one apartment to the next apartment and trying to find a good place to raise her kids, and always with that goal of being able to one day own her own home. And one day, as we were just talking about, have a place that my kids can call home, and they can have sleepovers and they can create memories, and we can do the holidays together. And so we remember that quest very vividly. You know, I remember the first night that we bought our first home together, and we had absolutely nothing to put in the home. And so we slept on the floor in the living room. We grabbed a couple blankets and some pillows, and my wife and I and our 2 kids just slept in the living room. but it was such a special memory for us, and such a time of pride and accomplishment for us, knowing where we had been and what we were, accomplishing, or what we had now in having our first home. We would figure out how to fill it up later, but that was something that was so special and vital in our relationship, and our quest moving forward in our journey to get where we're at today. And so, thinking back to that time and thinking back to some of those struggles, it really led us into our relationship with Habitat and the idea of helping families like ours, or single parents like my wife was at the time, be able to obtain that home ownership and give them a place that they can call their own.
Yeah, I know that that is one area that you both are very passionate about, in particular of giving single mothers and their children a hand up here in the Valley. I mean, Brenda is such an empowering woman, and I've had the good fortune of getting to know her and interviewing her over the years. Just talk a little bit more about the specificity of helping single mothers and just how important that is.
Yeah, so we had been involved with Habitat in a number of ways, but there was another NFL player, actually, his name's Warwick Dunn, that came from a similar type background. And so he had started a program called Homes for the Holidays. And so the idea was to bless single parents, with home ownership, and work with Habitat to do that. And then use sponsors that he had and connections he had to fill up the home for these single parents. And when I just shared that story, right, of, our first home, and then remember going into the home and going, okay, we don't know how we're going to fill it up, but we'll take care of that as we go. And so sometimes you can go from the excitement of home ownership to then the next burden of, okay, how do I fill up that home? And so in hearing about that program, Brenda and I kind of adopted that. We talked to Warwick about how they were doing it. And, we kind of joined his efforts and said, okay, this is what we want to do. We want to work with Habitat because they do a great job of building these homes and refurbishing these homes. And now we can come in and give the other, hand up in regards to filling the home up, because we remember what that was like when we went into that first home. I remember, being a part of that program. And one time, Mom, we opened the door and she broke down crying and was emotional. And she shared a story with us that was similar to ours, that, man, I was so excited to get the keys to my new home and know that I'm going to step into my new home for the first time. But at the same time, it was bittersweet because I was going to point out to my kids, hey, here's your bedroom. Although I have nothing to put in the bedroom. I have no bed for you to sleep in. And so it was bittersweet for her as a single mom to go, man, I've made this step and I'm excited about that. And it gives me a great sense of pride. But there's a burden that came with that in taking the next steps. And so that really became our part in the process, is Habitat doing the great work that they do and us coming in and being able to connect with them and doing something extra for single parents. So they didn't have to take one step forward and then have to take another step back as they're trying to move into their new life. We were trying to give them all that right there, give them that hand up so they could really step into that next phase of their journey with their family.
And Kurt, you and Brenda are always so incredibly generous with your time, with your talent, lending your name to various organizations, including, of course, Habitat. How important is it for you personally when you see someone's life transformed? Because I know that you feel a lot of grace, that you have been blessed with this incredible football career and broadcasting career. For you personally, when you see someone transformed, what does that do to you?
Well, that's, to me, is what it's all about. Now, there's a lot of great organizations out there. There's a lot of ways to give back. But one thing that we decided along the way is we really want to try to do things that we believe can have a lasting impact on people. So the programs that we run or the things that we try to do, it starts with it being relational, that we feel like building relationships with people and letting them know they're important to you and that you care about them is one way to have that lasting impact. The other thing is to work with organizations that such as Habitat, things that can pay dividends, not just for the short term, not just for a month or a year, but for the long term. And that was what became so important to us about this program and about what Habitat does, is we knew that this program was going to impact people forever, that it was going to stay with them for years and years and years, and be something that truly impacted their life in a powerful and a big way. And so that to me is why this program and what Habitat does is so important, because it's a lasting impact. It's something that's going to transform lives in an incredible way. And those are the kind of things that we want to be a part of.
It's now time to meet two big reasons why we are raising money on this show. Again, the goal is $220,000. We want you to meet Loretta and Andres, two seniors who so desperately wanted to be able to continue living in their homes and being part of their communities. The team from Habitat for Humanity stepped in to make sure each of them had security and dignity.
I am 76. And I've been needing help for quite some time because I fell to disability much earlier in age. And so my home has really went down. I don't have hot water, and my bathroom floors are really old.
We came here because of my wife's health. She was having trouble with her breathing and all that, and we've got all our doctors are here in the area. So she's got heart problems, and everything is so convenient because it's just down the street. She had her knee replaced first, and then afterwards I had mine replaced.
I was getting ready to get out of the bathtub, so I had to step up over, and I fell completely down on the floor.
She called and told me that she fell through the doors.
Everything in me was telling me I had to get up because nobody else was here.
Unintentional falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths among Arizona residents 65 and older. A lack of accessibility features in much of today's housing makes it difficult for older adults to age safely in place without making certain modifications.
Today we're going to be tearing out a bathtub and installing a new shower. This is part of our program called Aging in Place. It is specifically designed for people who are 65 years and older. What we'll be doing is tearing everything out. We're going to take out the vanity. It's basically a full bathroom remodel.
The whole shebang is that I fell in the bathroom, fell on my right side, which is my bad side, stepping over the bathtub.
She didn't have any bruising or anything, but it did scare her. And our concern was, oh wow, now is this going to start happening?
In order to take the shower, every time I'd have to step back over, even after that happened.
I was scared. I was very concerned with her safety.
Basically, we go in and make the home accessible so the homeowners can stay in their house for years longer.
Many Arizonans face economic insecurity as they age, and housing is generally the highest expense. 1.8 million low-income older adults do not receive any housing assistance and pay more than half their income in rent, and the numbers are rising.
I'm on disability. That's not a lot of money, so I would have to learn how to live again in a whole different manner.
My mother she's been here since she was 8 years old. Her dad built it, and then my mom got married, moved out, but she came back, and then we were raised in the house.
Well, you're always finding financial challenges, you know. The AC unit was 12 years old, the LC unit, and I've been getting nothing but bad news about it, that there could go any minute, and it was the heat of the summer, you know. I said, oh, I hope it doesn't go out, you know. I hope it doesn't go out, because if it does, you know, my wife's been having some breathing problems. This is the shower that Habitat installed. The reason we have that, the reason we had the the shower installed because I have an artificial knee and my wife also has an artificial knee, and that helped us a lot. They installed these grab bars so that we could come up when we come out of the shower. We have something to hold because of our bad knees.
They redid the bathroom. The upgrade, the risk is lowered, and I feel safer because she's living by herself. So it makes me feel better that she's safer. So I'm very pleased with everything that's going on that's gonna make her life better.
It's really nice, really nice. The shower situation is what I really needed and wanted, and so that's what I have. I'm glad of that, appreciate that. Bars, which are blessings. Yeah, bars throughout the shower also. I wouldn't know the official name, but that's what I do with it. It is a grab bar. I've never ever had grab bars, period. And so that's just a real added feature to know, and that's the comfort of knowing that they're right there. I gotta get used to using those.
The things that Habitat has done, for example, you know, the insulation on the top of on the roof ceiling here, between the roof and the ceiling, the insulation, the air conditioner, the windows, the doors, the shower. I mean, what can a person ask for?
I'm able to stay here and have my company come. I have family, grandkids, and so as you see, it's plenty of room for them. So it works good on the holidays for me.
Thank you, Loretta and Andres, for opening your home to us and sharing your story. You are the exact reason why we've gathered together virtually tonight. My name is Anna Aha, and what an incredible program we've had already and will continue to have. You should see on your screen now our progress of how we are going towards our goal of $220,000 for our Aging in Place program tonight. We're currently at $129,000. And as the donations come in, I'm going to read as many names as I can. My team is showing me signs of up-to-the-minute donations that have come in. And that house, we're going to build it together. Similar to a fundraising thermometer, as your generous donations come in, we're going to continue to build that house, but we need your help. I want to thank Todd Folsom for your $100 donation. Thank you to Dee De Tomaso for your donation. If this is your first time attending a virtual event, we hope it's as simple and easy for you as possible. If you're streaming this on your TV or your laptop, now would be a good time to get out your smartphone, be on the GiveSmart platform, and click the donate button at the top. You'll see our Fund the Future levels on there, and over the next few minutes, I'm going to talk about each one of them and what that investment can do for our Aging in Place families. If you're watching this after our live broadcast, please know that it doesn't stop here tonight. You can join our mission at any time at habitatcaz.org. The Aging in Place program started 3 years ago as an expansion to the Neighborhood Revitalization Program. And since its inception, 113 families have benefited from generous donors like you for their home improvements and modifications. Every single day in America, 10,000 people turn 65. An estimate from AARP estimates that 87% of them want to stay in their home and in their community and age in place. And why shouldn't they be able to? You heard Andres on the film talk about his doctors being nearby. They have a network of support, neighbors they know, an environment they're familiar with, where they get their groceries, where they buy their gas. Arizona Habitat for Humanity Central Arizona is committed to ensuring that Arizona's seniors have safe and livable homes and can continue to lead vibrant lives with dignity. There's an estimated 700,000 seniors in Arizona. Most are retired and live on a fixed income. Some have to work part-time jobs to make ends meet. Typically, their largest expense is their housing. But when things like maintenance expenses pile up, some seniors put some things in the back seat, like necessities like food and medicine. That is unacceptable. And that is why we're here tonight, because every dollar you donate is going to help seniors in need. Grab bars, wheelchair ramps, removing tripping hazards, tub shower conversions, repairing roofs and replacing them, removing single pane windows, and so much more. I want to do a refresh here and see where we've gone. We're continuing to grow and reach our goal. We're at 130,000. Thank you to Mary Adams. Brandon Richards for your $250 donation. Thank you so much. We have donors coming in at all levels. Toby Phillips at $100. Thank you so very much. You heard Loretta on the video talk about a very scary fall she had in her bathroom when she was home alone. You could hear the fear in her daughter's voice as she talked about the risk of letting her mom stay home alone and still have the possibility of falling down, until Habitat came in and converted her tub to a shower. The conversions of tubs to showers with grab bars is the most common service that the Aging in Place program provides. And our first gift level of $10,000 would provide 3 tub shower conversions and grab bars. That's 3 more families like Loretta's who have peace of mind that their loved one is safe at home. And don't forget, those grab bars are a blessing, just like Loretta said. $10,000 also would go to help someone like Maddie. 78 years old, she hired someone to come fix her AC unit because it wasn't blowing cold air and was leaking. The person came, took the unit off her roof, set it in the backyard, and left, never to return again. Habitat came in and repaired the hole in her roof and replaced her AC unit. $10,000 is our first level. Let's refresh and see how we're going and building this house together towards our goal. Thank you. We have an anonymous donor who's given $2,500. Thank you, Debbie Acamazo and Tammy Fellows, for your $100 donation. So many generous donors tonight. Last fiscal year, Habitat had the privilege of working with 45 families for the Aging in Place program. Right this minute, we have over 30 families on a waiting list. Just yesterday, the case manager who works directly with the Aging in Place families talked to development staff and asked, when is the money going to come in? If you're wondering what your donation can do, it will immediately help those on the waiting list who need improvements and modifications to their home. Our next gift level is $5,000. That will go to help people like Steve in Tempe. He already needed assistance to bathe. That was until Habitat came in and converted his tub to a shower and added grab bars. It gave him the freedom and independence that he wanted and the dignity that he deserved. Additionally, while Habitat was there, they repaired plumbing. They replaced the vanity in his bathroom. They improved the lighting in his kitchen and added a ceiling fan. $5,000 will also help someone like Sheila here in Phoenix. Her electric bill was astronomical. No surprise, she had single pane windows. Habitat replaced them, added insulation, and repaired her roof. So now not only is she comfortable in her home, she can afford her electric bill. Anyone that can give $5,000, now is the time. I want to thank Kelsey Wolf Donay for her $25 donation. Bruce Weber for your $500 donation. Thank you so much. Letitia Fry, my beautiful mentor, $100. Thank you so much. Our next gift level is $2,000. That will go to help people like Ramona and Josephina. Ramona was actually living without air conditioning for 8 years. When I look at the heat index for this week alone, I can't imagine not having AC for this week, let alone for 8 summers here in the Valley. Habitat replaced her evaporative cooler, and Josephina, her front and back door were both rotted out, unable to close and seal in the cool air in the summer and the warm air in the winter. They replaced the doors, put in no-step thresholds, and added weather stripping. If you're able to give $2,000, now is the time to help some of the most vulnerable yet precious members of our community. Let's refresh on how we're building this home. We are coming along so well. Thank you, Scott Ellis, for your $1,000 donation. We're sitting at $171,000 and continuing to grow. David Hyde, thank you for your $100 donation. Art and Nita Colwell, thank you for your $1,000 donation. I know we can't be together tonight and see each other face to face, but we can feel your love, we can feel your generosity, and we're gonna build this home together. Our next gift level is $1,000. And I wanna encourage 20 of you to give at this level if you're able to, because 18 of you gave last year at the live event. $1,000 would go to help someone like Rose in Peoria. She was living without hot water for 3 years. Simple tasks like washing dishes, doing your laundry, or bathing are not so simple when you don't have hot water. Habitat repaired her plumbing and replaced her water heater, making her home livable again. $1,000 goes to help someone like Mary in Tempe. She was struggling to open her cabinets because of her arthritis. Habitat came in and changed the hardware and made her cabinets and drawers easy to open and replaced all of the faucet handles and door handles with easy-to-use lever handles. $1,000 is the level. I'm encouraging and hoping that 20 of you will break that record and give tonight. I want to thank Debbie Acamazo from GCU for her $250 donation, Kelly Crutenden for $50 donation. Thank you, Kathy Hoffman, for your donation, Dr. Mary Adams for your $500 donation. Incredible. We have reached our goal. I need to look down. Congratulations. If you have a glass of champagne, raise it and pat yourself on the back. We need to continue this momentum. Tish Leonard for your $100 donation. Thank you. For our next couple of donation levels, I want to encourage you to use your Arizona Charitable Tax Credit. Because Habitat for Humanity Central Arizona is a qualified organization, if you're filing jointly, $800 can be directed and will help someone like Jean who had termites. If you're an individual, file $400 and help someone like, like Vincent who needed a Comfort Height toilet. We have one more level I want to get through. We've raised over $228,000. They say that if you help one person, it might not change the world, but it could change the world for that one person, and that is what you have done for so many people tonight. Vincent, Mary, Rose, and all the 30 families on our waiting list. Thank you, Camille Perez, for your $1,000 donation. Thank you, Jen Martin, our friend from SRP, for $100. Thank you so much to Vicki Polson for your $50 donation. Our final level is $100, and it goes to help the critical needs of materials like grab bars and paint and drywall and so much more. The average cost of one person's home improvements is $2,700. So if 27 of you gave right now, you would be doing the home improvements for one person. Like I said, every dollar counts. So it's $50, $25. Now is the time to get those donations in. I want to refresh and thank a few more donors before we get going here. Francine Sneeway and her donation, thank you so much. And I want to thank Steve Horst for your $100 donation. Thank you, Crystal Rose, for your $50 donation. Andrea Northrop for your $100 donation. They are coming in left and right. Caitlin Rose for your $10 donation. Thank you so, so much. Lauren Harrison for your $25 donation. Julie White for your $50 donation. Sean McLaughlin for your $50 donation. If our seniors want to stay in the homes that they have raised their children in and that their grandchildren come to visit them in, they deserve the right to do so, and Habitat is making sure they're doing it safely and doing it with dignity. I want to encourage you to continue bidding on our silent auction items. It continues to 8:30. You've been wonderfully kind and generous. Like I said, if you have a glass to raise, now would be the time to do it. $240,000. $240,585 raised for our Aging in Place program. You've been incredibly kind. We have a few more donors coming in. Do we want to refresh one more time? Fred, we've just gotten $10,000 from Fred Milanovich. Thank you so much. You're amazing. My name is Anna Aha. You've been an amazing crowd tonight. It's been wonderful to see you build this house together. I'm going to toss it back to my friend Carrie Pena. Take care and God bless.
Anna, thank you so much. That was amazing. And thanks to everyone for coming together to build homes and dreams. Because as we've been saying, home is what unites us. And before we say goodnight, here are a few more thoughts about the importance of home and community.
What home means to us is having a safe and healthy place
to raise our kids.
And having an orange tree. And having a place to swim. Yay.
Roman?
And riding my bike. And just riding with this skateboard.
What home means to me is comfort and security and a sense of belonging.
What home means to me is having a place where I can bring my family together and we can do something fun, like play board games at our dining room table, or maybe watch a movie and hang out in the living room. But it's just, no matter where it is, it's just that space where we can bring everybody together and do something fun, all together as one family. So that's what home means to me.
Bedrock, it's a place that you can rest assured and feel enriched by your community, one that challenges you and also enables you to grow as a person.
Good evening. My name is Brian Mueller, and I'm president of Grand Canyon University. Most people know of Grand Canyon's explosive growth in the Canyon Corridor in the last 10 years. When we start this fall, we'll bring almost 30,000 people to this campus on an everyday basis. When I ask people why they want to be part of this community, they say it is the community, the family, the caring, the compassion, the concern for other people that makes this place very special. It became very obvious to us that we need to extend all of this outside GCU's walls, and that's where the Habitat program became very important. Since we started that program, the GCU community has raised over $3 million, put in 26,000 volunteer hours, and improved the homes of over 300 families in this neighborhood. This is a very, very important night because we want to keep all of this going. Our eventual goal is to improve 800 homes for 800 families.
From our home to yours,
from our hearts to yours,
thank you for supporting Habitat for Humanity.
because home is what unites us. Good night!
Good night!
Good night.
The sun is shining so bright, and I'm starting to feel alright. And I want you to know you can too. So come on, open your eyes, and I promise you'll be fine. And I'll be right here with you. Oh, 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 with you, with you, with you, with you. Every day I wake up, I think, will this be the day? Will everybody be okay? Will there be change from yesterday? I know these times are tough. We mustn't give up, 'cause together we can make a change, even if we have to rearrange. But it's not just about what we say, it's about what we do. It doesn't even matter where you come from, you can join us too. 'Cause when we come as one and feel the nice warm sun, all together we can spread hope to everyone. Because the sun is shining so bright, and I'm starting to feel alright. And I want you to know you can too. So come on, open your eyes, and I promise you'll be fine. And I'll be right here with you, with you, with you. Don't be scared of the unknown. I promise you you're not alone. Let our togetherness be shown. You've got this, we've got this. Don't be scared of the unknown. I promise you you're not alone. Let our togetherness be shown. You've got this, we've got this. 'Cause the sun is shining so bright, and I'm starting to feel alright.